Hey everybody, what's up? You know, it's a bit of a response. I tried to do this yesterday. Could not. My nephew got up as I was trying to talk about it. But Sean of Sean's View Entertainment um, reported something that obviously I don't know if we can find this online. I think we can. But basically, he reported that backstage, there's talk now that after Extreme Rules, they're going to turn Ryback face again. And what? Again, nothing's really set in stone. I'm sure Sean knows that, but right now that's the talk apparently. And apparently, there's word going around that they're working on what Ryback's going to say following Extreme Rules, and why, and basically explain why he did this and why he acted that way. And we'll just have to wait and see. But if this does happen, and again, we got to remember nothing's set in stone just yet. But if this is the case with Ryback, if this is what they're planning to do as of right now, it's not really much of a surprise when you think about it, because Ryback, everybody has said it. Sean himself has said it. The OTRS Central crew has said it. OTRS, that is, Off the Rope Show. The British Fist have said it. No DQ has said it. Renegades of Wrestling have said it. Brad Rules has said it. Anybody that's a YWC, IWC individual has said almost the exact same thing. They have said that basically it was a mistake for WWE to turn Ryback heel just when he was getting hot as a face, just when fans were getting behind him as a face. So, and as I said in the other video, the WWE news video, if last Monday night's reaction at the end of Raw was any indication to the people backstage, then it's no wonder that they're talking about turning him face again. It's no wonder. But, we just have to wait and see exactly what they got planned for Ryback. But, it's again, it's not much of a surprise when something like this happens. I mean, honestly, the most similar indication or similar indications, if you were to look at them, are with Stone Cold back in 2001 and Goldberg in 2000. I mean, both WCW and WWE tried their best to turn the two top baby faces, the people that were getting over or had been getting over with the crowd. They thought they would experiment and said, hey, we're going to turn these guys heel and we're going to make them heelish bad guys and blah blah blah. We're going to make them act like they've never acted before, act the way they've never acted before. And again, what happened? In WCW's case, the whole Goldberg heel turn didn't even last a few months. I think he walked out of the match at New Blood Rising. And from what I understand, that was a legit walkout of the match. And if that doesn't tell you how he felt about what he was doing, his character was doing, I don't know what does. Which again kind of explains why it didn't last too long. And then you take a look at Stone Cold. His lasted a little longer. They did kind of go into like teasing of him being babyface again, tweener face, whatever, as they were building up to the Invasion pay-per-view. But then they went back and made him a heel as the traitor to the WWE, aligning himself with the Alliance. And basically, how did that work out? It didn't, because people were getting behind him. They were chanting what all the time. When he would say what, they were chanting it. So obviously what happens after Survivor Series? He goes back to being a babyface, or a tweener babyface. Again, it just shows you can experiment, you can try to attempt an experiment with certain heel turns of certain individuals in the wrestling business. Now, I'm no expert, but as a fan, when you see that, when you're watching it or you're there live in person, and you're seeing that the heel version of a character is not getting over, then you have to realize they don't want to accept that person as a heel. The same way with CM Punk, even though they've done everything they can to make him the heel, and he's, CM Punk, he can balance it, he can do it. He can make it to the way he can have the crowd go against him or have the crowd, be with him. He's got that gift to do that. But even with that, fans, obviously, as everybody's been talking about, do not want to boo him. They want to cheer him. So, again, is it a surprise that all of a sudden, WWE's deciding, hey, maybe we need to change Ryback back into a face? No, it's not. It's not surprising whatsoever. Now, I will give them credit at the position they've put Ryback in. I mean, a year ago, he was, the third, fourth match on the card, and he was taking on two local jobbers on pay-per-view in a handicap match, and he dismantled them. And now, all of a sudden, a year later, he's in the main event. So I'll give him credit for building him up, but and getting him into this position. But it's more along the lines of, there are there are certain people you can do a heel turn with and it will work, and there are certain people you cannot do a heel turn with and it won't work. And so far, the top four have been basically Sting, Goldberg, Austin, and now Ryback. Those are your top four so far. And maybe even CM Punk if you want to make it a top five, but the ones legitimately that were over as faces that people just loved to cheer anytime they came out, anytime the music hit. You try to turn them heel, did not work. No matter what you did not work. So, again, it's just more along the lines of, if this is the case for Ryback after Extreme Rules, and again, like I said at the beginning, nothing is set in stone. Again, nothing is set in stone, but if this is the case, then obviously they're realizing, oops, we made a mistake. Now, a lot of people can probably blame how WWE is right now backstage, according to various reports, like with someone like Antonio Cesaro. Everybody's wondering, why is Antonio jobbing? Why is he losing? Why this? Why that? And it's all because WWE is kind of like up and down backstage. It's like 1 week they'll go in one direction, next week they'll go in another. So obviously that's what they did with Ryback. Obviously they were up and down. Like 1 week they'll go this way, another week they'll go that way. And even though Skip Sheffield, Ryback, had been pushing to be a heel, it's more along the lines of, I think WWE knew, I'm not trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, I'm not trying to say they knew this, but I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, that perhaps they knew it wasn't going to work, and that by giving it to him, saying, okay, you want to be a heel, fine. Let's see what you get, let's see the reaction you get. And obviously seeing that he hasn't been getting that much of a reaction unless he insults the people or says mean things to the babyface like a Mick Foley, then that's the only way he's going to get over as a heel. But I think because of the fact that now they're considering, they're talking about turning him back into a babyface after Extreme Rules, is again basically they probably, if that is the case, and again nothing's set in stone, if that is the case, they probably took Skip backstage and said, look, you're not getting that much of a reaction, you know this, and this is why we never wanted to turn you heel, because no one's going to give you a reaction. They're used to you as a babyface. So there you go. But again, nothing's set in stone, and we just got to wait and see. But obviously, according to what Sean said at Sean T Entertainment, that's the plan they have. So, but again, it's not set in stone as far as we know. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the next few weeks, because as we've heard, backstage they're up and down, up and down. So, till next time, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you.